Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Referral Exchange Networking's Business Success Fertilizer application. It isn't always easy to compete with companies that are bigger than you and that have greater resources. However, one advantage you can have is you can be smarter than they are. No one can tell you how much you can learn and how much of an expert and an asset you can become. That's why education is critical for small businesses. And that's why we at Referral Exchange strive to make you just a little bit smarter every week. So let's get right to it. But first of all, congratulations to member Jason Thompson and his wife Elaine on the birth of their son, Logan Edward Thompson. At 9 pounds, it seems like he'll be taking after his dad. And in light of this official newest unofficial RX member, there's a saying that is apropos to this moment in time. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. The earliest recording of this phrase is actually traced back to 1512 in a book by Thomas Muir. The meaning is pretty clear. It is an expression for an avoidable error in which something good is eliminated when trying to get rid of something bad. Or, in other words, rejecting the favorable along with the unfavorable. After COVID, which seems to be coming to an end, at least in the United States, everywhere you go, you hear people talking about getting back to normal, throwing off the shackles of shutdown, shedding and our masks, and watching 2020 and everything about it slowly disappear in the rear view mirror. But what about the baby? Before we wash our hands of the pandemic, we need to avoid being too hasty. We need to examine where we were and then look at where we are and how we got here. We need to not only remember what we lost, but consider what we gained. Before we go right back to doing things the old way, we need to honestly look at the old way and consider whether or not it's worth going back to. Just as the pandemic of 2020 brought new business opportunities, 2021 will undoubtedly do the same. Although we can predict some of the challenges and some of the new opportunities, there will be others that catch us by surprise. Some of these are behavioral shifts that may prove to be temporary, while others will be permanent. Knowing the difference will be critical to business success. For example, anecdotal evidence tells us that restaurants are packed and people are just itching to travel. However, at the same time, takeout and home delivery of food is projected to continue to increase in popularity. So, which of these trends will be the first to weaken? As for travel, a recent article in the Harvard Business Review predicts that business travel, airlines, and hotels all have the potential to continue to decrease. Now, the world may still be your oyster, but many of us are eyeing the waters suspiciously and thinking that staying closer to home may be just the ticket. But will that trend continue? Although there's no way to be absolutely certain, we need to do our homework. Look at the data and try to identify what trends will be short-term and which are here to stay. We need to look at our business from multiple perspectives and reconfigure our business model to capture new opportunities. We can look at referral exchange networking as an example. For over a year, all of our chapters have been operating virtually. Some of our chapters have thrived in this format and others have not. Some of our chapters have expressed the desire to continue virtual meetings with a once a month face-to-face. Other chapters are licking their chops to get back together in person on a weekly basis. So how we as an organization balance these models and use the best of both will be just one of the challenges that we'll face. Winston Churchill is credited with first saying, "Never let a good crisis go to waste." As the Second World War was winding down, Churchill was already looking ahead to what a post war world would look like and how to take advantage of it. In business, we should be doing the same. Well, that's it for this week. I hope you got something out of it. If you'd like to talk about anything you just heard, or would like to know about how you can grow your business by joining a referral exchange networking chapter, or even starting your own chapter, reach out to me at raustin@referralexchangenetworking.com. That's exchange with an X. And while you're at it, take a moment to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you, everyone, and I will see you next week. Take care.